how do you approach monetization as a product production person?
Yeah, first and foremost, I was a game player before I was a game developer. So we come from that side, from the player side point of view. Of course, game is a business, so we need to make money. But we are selling entertainment, we're selling enjoyment for the players. So in a way, I said it in a way that it's good guy monetization because you need to monetize in a good way that gives the player what they want. So not giving them what they do not need per se, and upsell and keep upselling them. So there are many types of players. Like for example, if the person wants to buy a microwave, you don't go, hey, here's a microwave. Wait, there's more. With just this, you're gonna have a bag that comes with it. Oh, with that you get more. You get more. So some players just want that thing, or progression wise, in some ways, do not stretch it too far out. Let the player have the progression that they enjoy, and then sell it to them the items or the experience that they want in that kind of a controlled manner. Because I think that's the best way to retain players. So when players come in, they want to have a good time. For example, you want to sell a bundle that gives the player some boost. Let's say it's $5, $4.99. You don't let the player just use it within 2 seconds and then finished. And then their enjoyment lasts only like maybe 5 seconds or 10 seconds. So I would say try to see what they actually want. Try to guide them if they buy, and then they'll speed up the progression in a slightly longer term, not just in like 10 seconds, maybe a day. So when they find buy a $4.99 thing, they know they will have a good time doing the experience in a day, for example. So give the player what they want. No need to go for those more addictive style of monetization. But also, it's a fine balance also to actually try to hit the business goals and make sure the business goals and what you want to try to hit, like monthly revenue, is reasonable. And then, of course, try to reach it in a good way.
Yeah, I think there's almost an agreement between players and developers where like we're willing to pay for things, but we really hope that the service is fair. We understand that you guys need to make money, and often like we're paying, basically we're putting real life money behind pixels. Like you could be buying a skin on League of Legends, but you don't want to feel exploited in that process. And I think the exploitation in the past, like Star Wars Battlefront and all these things, where you could just tell that you're trying to, in a way, like the idea that people who are paying are getting these battle boxes that then allow them to just tear through multiplayer and be super overpowered and go up in levels. Like that feels exploitative, not because of the person making the purchase, but of everyone else who's trying to play normally. And I think that's where games over the past, even the past decade, we've had to kind of readjust this model. Not to say that all loot boxes are bad. I think loot boxes could be very fun and they could be potentially very ethical. It's just that a lot of bad actors out there have just done a big disservice by trying to be exploitative, when in reality you're just trying to offer some value. You're trying to offer some fun.
Yeah, I think it's always personal opinion wise, we have to go through that phase so we know. Because if there's a way to exploit, people will exploit. Maybe me included. If I find something new, I will probably exploit it. Well, I was a QA, so I will exploit game systems as well. So it's normal. So we have to go through it as as a phase, and then now we know better. We don't do that anymore. So it's in the past. So now how can we move forward and give more value as consumers, game players also become more educated, more smarter choice. Game developers become more ethical, make games the better way, I would say, not the preying on your addiction kind of style. So yeah, I think we are moving forward as a whole, because you don't see a lot more like a super pay to win game so much anymore. Yeah, so everything is moving towards more player-centric experience, because ultimately, if you retain players and give the players a good experience, that's how you win.